It's time for business news with Richard Southern. And Richard, it appears the Canadian economy isn't recovering from the pandemic as quickly as expected.
Maybe not. Because, Melissa, we got the July jobs numbers in today. And you remember what happened in July. You and I were doing the stories. Hey, the economy's reopening, right?
Yeah, it was great news.
Great news, restaurants reopening and all this, right? So we thought, okay, people are going to be getting rehired. And they were. Canada created 94,000 jobs last month. However, the experts were expecting much more than that. So some of the economists are looking at that and they're saying, well, maybe this isn't the greatest, recovery, at least in the last month or two. 94,000 new jobs last month. The good news was most of them were full-time. All of them were in the service-producing sectors. The unemployment rate did fall to 7.5%. And there was one encouraging detail, Melissa, in that those employed Canadians were actually working more. The number of people who worked less than half their usual hours fell by 10%. Investors were certainly happy. You saw on the right-hand side of your screen there that the TSX, the Dow, and the S&P all closed at record highs today, Melissa.
Okay, now the past year and a half have been big for the pizza industry, and it appears that's not changing even as traditional restaurants reopen.
I've been doing my part, I can tell you that much.
Me too. Definitely enjoy a good pizza.
I mean, listen, they did really well, the pizza delivery guys, during the pandemic. It was so easy to order a pie in, and of course the companies were already geared towards that. But a funny thing has happened. Pizza delivery sales have continued to surge, even with the restaurants open, even with the pandemic waning. The earnings out of the big names like Domino's and Papa John's in the States have been very big. Stock in those companies have jumped on average 33%, outpacing the restaurant stocks. I talked to some food service experts today. They think there's two explanations for this. First of all, we kind of maybe got used to ordering the pizzas and the wings in, and we like it. But the other part of the equation, Melissa, is that they say as a culinary thing, pizza's kind of in right now, especially the gourmet ones from the little shops around town. They tell me pizza's kind of going through what burgers went through a few years ago, in that everyone wants a different one, a hot one, and that's kind of what's going on right now.
Plenty of variety to choose from with pizza, absolutely. A major airline is requiring all of its workers to get vaccinated against COVID-19.
United Airlines, one of the biggest airlines in the world, said today that, yes, all its employees will have to roll up their sleeves by the end of October, or they'll be terminated. They'll be fired. United says the employees will have to send in a receipt of their vaccination to prove it. However, the airline does say that 90% of its pilots and close to 80% of its flight attendants are already vaccinated. United did say they're not going to require passengers to get the shot. They call that a government decision. But certainly in the last week or two, Melissa, we've seen a number of big companies starting to require vaccinations for employees, including tech giant Microsoft.